I think the globe and maybe ourselves have the way we view the continent's bounty wrong. We look at all the stuff that start from the top, right? Nigeria and its oil, the materials you need for iPhones in the middle of the continent, the diamonds and gold down here, and it's always been a commodity based relationship with the rest of the world. We have two assets that I think are going to set us apart as Africa in the next couple of decades. The one is the talent. I mean, you just have to look at the unfortunate situation around illegal mining here. I mean, here are people extracting gold that the big companies couldn't get at using spades, shovels, and pickaxes, right? So there's this innovation that we have and this desire to just get things done. I mean, I think you walk all the way up the continent, you'll get a version of an X makes a plan. Here we have our own. You go to Lesotho, it's hey, you better get doing or you get dying, and so it goes. So I think that human capacity asset is going to be huge for us. And then the young talent. We're the youngest continent, I think it is. I could be wrong, but we have the highest amount of young people. We have populations that are still youthful and not aging. The rest of the world is atrophying a bit. So if we can harness those two people assets, everything else will fly. So when I look at the opportunity to do cool stuff here on this continent, far exceeds anything that I could have done globally. I think the globe is a bit jaded around new things. I've seen it all before. That's not going to work because Leonardo da Vinci tried that and it failed. So who are you to try and kickstart it? Whereas here it's a little bit more. Oh, that sounds crazy. Let's do it. And then that for me is the African challenge. Yes, I mean there's the standard sort of pyramid that we all try to climb, right? So you have to master or get to grips with the transactional portion of what the discipline is, and that's not necessarily fun, but it's important, right? You don't build a house by starting with the bricks. You start with the foundation. You then get into the tactical aspects. Now, if you've done your basics right, you have your Lego parts. The more Lego parts you have, the better the solutions you can build tactically, right? And once you've mastered the Lego bits and you can build 20 different things with the same set, you then graduate from normal Lego to technique. And that's now where you start hitting your stride. And you're building things no longer for the pictures on the box. You're looking at problems and solving solutions. So I think that's the natural journey of an HR professional. I used to believe that paying dues and doing the basics is for suckers. I have seen people crash and burn at a strategic level because they didn't do the tactical and transactional pieces. And they build these castles in the sky that fall over because you don't have the foundational layers. So even in my current role, I was engaged to come in and do culture and employee experience stuff. And the first thing I realized was that I can bring the lipstick, but if this thing is going to look pretty, I have to do some fundamental work under the hood. We're in Pretoria now, so you put a spoiler on a Chico, it's still a very fast, it's just a Chico with a spoiler on it. But if you put a spoiler on a Bugatti and you position it right, you then get the downforce that allows you to drive a little bit faster, and you realize that it's less about the spoiler than it is the car you had in the beginning. So that's sort of where I think HR professionals need to go. And one of the things that you have to do, it's almost like a responsibility, is you have to rail and rage against the brand equity that the discipline has.